since the all-time high of 69K back in late 2021, Bitcoin has kind of been waterfalling down into this wedge here, and I think this wedge could play a very important role in this bear market. I mean, it is safe to say Bitcoin is in the bear market on this daily chart here. So this wedge, Bitcoin's been ranging. I mean, it's volatile as well. It's been ranging. It's been testing resistance at the top, testing support at the bottom. Now, the more it tests support or resistance, the weaker it becomes, and eventually one or the other will be invalidated. I think personally, and I don't like it, but it is what it is, Bitcoin is more bearish than bullish at the moment. Why do I think that? So we didn't have the strength to actually break through the resistance and maintain it. We've come crashing back down in the last few days. Support has been strong here. We wicked up incredibly fast, but we keep testing the support, and the more we test it, the weaker it's going to become. Now, Bitcoin wasn't strong enough to maintain this breakout. This resistance couldn't become the new support. 200 moving average here acted as a very strong resistance, pushing Bitcoin back down. We didn't even get to retest this level of support here, this resistance. Didn't even get a bounce off of this wedge here, turning this wedge resistance into support. We couldn't even flip that. Bitcoin is quite weak at the moment. If we look at the VPVR here, Bitcoin has a chunk of resistance to break through. I mean, I'll be bullish when when Bitcoin eventually breaks through the 48K barrier and breaks through this volume. Then I'll be more bullish. Then it will be a lot easier to go and retest these all-time highs up here. But until that, I think Bitcoin could, and especially if it breaks the volume support here of 38K, which it does seem to be retesting quite a few times, I think we'll go back down to 32K. And if that's the case, that'll be a double bottom, and again, further invalidates that support. So Bitcoin, in conclusion, it needs to act sooner rather than later. We need to see a breakout sooner rather than later. I don't know what else to say about oil. It's incredibly bullish right now. It's having these new highs. It's having higher highs and higher lows. Very, very bullish for oil. I mean, if we zoom out, given the fact that oil was literally minus $30 in 2020, and it's now above $100, it's pretty incredible. This channel is incredibly bullish. Beautiful bounce off the support here, especially with inflation and the war. Oil is gonna go much higher. Blow off top here with oil at just under $130. With this was necessary. I think it was necessary that it did break down after that. It was well overextended out of this channel. It was definitely due a correction. But as you can see here, this support level here, this red line here, this red level here, this fib level here is actually very significant. Acts as support, breaks down, strong rebound, acts as a resistance, but once this resistance is broken through, it's now become support. It's flipped the resistance into support, which is really bullish. You can see here a multi-week resistance level here, while oil has now pushed through that for the first time since March. So this multi-week resistance level is now broken, and it could technically be a level of support. I wouldn't mind if oil comes back down here, retest this red level here and this former resistance line and breaks higher. I think we could be seeing $120 oil, given with the fact just inflation alone, oil shortages are coming out now. I think we'll see $120 oil very soon, at least by the end of this year, at least. And that's me being conservative. This pullback is incredibly bullish. It's healthy. Go up, come back. So it's going to go up, come back down, establish a floor, come back up, rejection, establish another floor, breaks out. And I think it's going to break out to $120 before we see any other significant pullback in oil. If we look at the daily wave, it's bullish. It's looking good. It's looking very good. So oil, yeah, I think we're going to see oil. I think we're going to see another a break in the recent highs. I think at some point this year, I don't know when it will be. $150 oil, easy.